Welcome back, blade fans. This old sword with you. And we have something today from TwoSun that it comes under the category of different but the same. These are the TwoSun TS127, TS127. And they've been out for a while, so we're going to call them some oldies but goodies. The variegated black and white G10 handled version is newer, and the orange and black carbon fiber version is one of the originals. And it's a blade pattern that's been used in multiple places by TwoSun. Let's take a little closer look. We will see that this is a Wong design, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. We'll just call it a Wong design. And this one is in 14C28N, whereas this different but same model is in 12C27. And I'm told that the 12C27 is a good steel. They're both called Sandvik steels. But the 14C28N takes a little harder edge, a little bit longer edge retention, durability in the edge, maybe a little better for batoning. At least that's what I'm reading. So almost the same steel, but the newer 14C28N is a slightly better steel. So this one came out second and does sport the now ubiquitous deep carry spring clip that has been fitted to a lot of the older models on the newer G10 models from TwoSun. And it's a decent clip. It stands high, so we don't have to worry too much about those domed screw heads getting in the way. It doesn't hang up. Interestingly, the center of the handle is smooth, while we have milling with a texture in it, a pretty good texture along the sides and the edges. And it is a contoured, let's see if I can back out just a tad more, because I get better focus that way. It is a nicely contoured handle this way. Has that interesting cutout here. Can be used to open it. It's got a sharp enough shoulder, which is something I've commented on before, that you can you get some friction against the thumb. You get a little bite there in order to roll it open. And you can spidey flick it as well. Works quite nicely, except that time. There we go. So this one's a liner lock. Steel liners. Again, that variegated G10. Interesting blade shape on them both, and it's an identical blade shape. Kind of a, what I call a Bowie for sure. Long clip Bowie. And they both come through very sharp because of that high grind, flat grind. This is a little bit more of an interesting version of the TS127. Here we have carbon fiber, a little more of a premium material. We have an orange, ouch to my eyes, G10, which I've grown used to. Might get dyed one of these days because that's a easy on, easy off sort of scale right there. It does have a titanium clip on this model. They both have the same lanyard hole, So if you're looking at this one or looking at the other one, you see that long oval lanyard hole. We got some more interesting file work and whatnot on this model. This is a titanium back strap. Really nicely detailed, with a fine jimping there and a coarser jimping there, and it's set below the surface, so you get a little bit of grip. You have excellent traction on this jimping here, almost too aggressive, very file-like, and you notice it's got its own little swedge going there. Really nice styling on it. Titanium liners on this one, not steel. Therefore, we have your hardened steel insert. See if I can light that up a little for you. Hardened steel insert. And because it is titanium, they haven't done any skeletonizing that I can see. Not sure they have on this one. Actually, they have. So we have skeletonizing, heavily skeletonized on the steel linered version and none on the titanium, and that would make sense. Weight-wise, I think we're going to see a little bit of a difference. So I'm doing my own measurements tonight, because sometimes I see the measurements the way they come through from the eBay sellers, sometimes a little off. So we've got a 4.77 ounces on the G10 version with steel liners. And we have 4.645, almost the same. So slightly lighter on the titanium linered version. We should find that they're both the same blade stock, but we'll test that out. 3.8 and 3.8. Yep. And I surely will think that they're going to measure up the same, but we'll be sure. 8 3/4 inches overall on this one, with like a 4 7/8. I'm sorry, 3 7/8 blade. Didn't capture the handle thickness on these yet. Let's do that. Pretty thick. 0.68 and 0.69. Very much the same. It surprised me. I thought this guy would be a little thicker, but it isn't. Action-wise, beautiful, nicely tuned action. Lighter blade, a lot of metal removed because of that high grind, just not going to drop shut. Although, loosen the pivot a little bit, that T8, throw a little oil on it, and you probably get it to drop a little better. They're both on bearings. A little smoother drop on that one. So it's a nice blade shape. Seldom you see this classic kind of long clip Bowie as you've seen on some combat fixed blades over the years, maybe. Let's do some quick size comparisons with the Benchmade Freak. Coming in a little shorter. Grip Tillion, definitely shorter. You know, at 8 3/4 inches long, these are not short blades, TS127s. And the Rat 1, just about dead on for length. And we'll throw one more in the mix since I'm carrying it. My EDC, the Benchmade Boost. So again, very comparable in overall size. So TwoSun, Wong design, TS127. Either one of these, very interesting. Both well under $100. This will be the less expensive, most likely. Basically because of the handle materials and the lack of titanium. This is going to be a little bit more with a carbon fiber. And it's a nice carbon fiber. It's smooth, beautifully joined in here. No detectable space or differential between the G10 and the carbon fiber. They are thin blades, I would say not thin in stock, but they are fine points. So you're not going to want to pry with these. And I would say they're ground pretty much the same. Probably coming off the same program on that CNC, you know. But definitely interesting and unique knives, and I would say classic TwoSuns. They've been out for a while, this blade shape. And you got your choice here. I believe the orange and black is more difficult to get these days. I'm not sure. I'm not always out on eBay checking to see the availability of these through the two main sellers out there. But the attention lately has been on a lot more newer models, some really interesting designs, some different designs. But these are mainstays, and these will most likely stay in my collection for a while. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. This old sword signing off until next time.